Reminiscing by Patricia Bow of Lake Cathy, 2445. Narrated by Janine Penfold. I wonder how much time we each spend thinking back on the lifestyle changes we have seen since we were old enough to take notice. How many of us sit and reminisce, either on our own or with others, on memories recalled from days gone by. If you think about it, life has changed enormously since we were young girls with pigtails or little boys with short trousers and a short back and sides haircut. Technology is one of the main things that has changed substantially. Growing up in post-war Great Britain, life was quite basic compared to the high-tech world that our children and grandchildren now inhabit. Back then, we would walk to school in the rain, snow, fog or shine. Our parents did not have a car to drive us wherever we bid them to. We started the school day with assembly, sitting on the hard wooden floor of the hall, listening to our head teachers telling us what good behaviour was expected from us. That day and every day. I think the children of today have quite a different start to their school day. In the quietness of our classrooms, sitting straight-backed at our wooden desks, the inkwell placed in the right-hand corner, we would do our lessons. In those days, we did not have a calculator, a mobile telephone, laptop, Google, or any other devices to help us. Our times tables were learnt parrot-fashioned. I am not sure that children even have to learn their tables nowadays. Our family did not have a telephone, but in later years, as a teenager, I would sometimes shyly ask our next-door neighbour if I could use their telephone. I would sit at the bottom of the stairs in their little hallway waiting for the phone to ring. My boyfriend would call me from Australia, such a long way away. When he rang, we would talk as fast as we could before the operator came on to ask if we were extending the call, because our time was up. Never in our wild imaginings did we think we would one day be amongst the billions of people in the world who would have their own personal mobile telephone at their fingertips. A smart one, which, aside from being a telephone to make and receive calls, could do an amazing range of tasks, including emails, payments for shopping, petrol, etc., word games, calculating the number of steps we have walked, streaming music. The list of uses is almost endless. Today's younger generation are as at home with technology as we were with our cricket bats, marbles, bicycles, and collecting tadpoles at the local river. My mind boggles where technology will lead us, especially with artificial intelligence, also known as AI, becoming so sophisticated in the future. Using AI has many benefits in a variety of settings worldwide, but I am not sure that all of the advances will be good for us. It may replace our need to think for ourselves. Another thing I ponder about is food. Anyone who knows me knows I like food, shopping for it, cooking it, and the joy of eating it. The diet we had as children was a lot simpler and plainer than today's smorgasbord. My mum was a good cook. In those days there was not a lot of money, so she learnt to stretch it to last from payday to payday. The best day of the week was Sunday. Mum would cook a big lunch with a piece of beef or pork, roast potatoes and mashed potatoes. I realised later the double dose of carbohydrates was to help the meat go further. As children, we had lots of favourites, including steak and kidney pie, bacon and onion puddings, spotty dick and jam roly-poly. Again, the pie and pudding crusts help fillings to go further. As the week drew closer to payday, we would have even more economical meals like plain old egg and chips. The variety and diverse types of foods available today are staggering. The world has opened up so much, we can now buy, cook and eat food from every country imaginable. One foodstuff which always amazes me when I go to the supermarket is the humble potato. As a young girl, helping Mum in the kitchen, I remember there were 3 or 4 main types of potatoes. The most common were King Edward and Maris Piper, for roasting and mashing, with the added bonus they could be made into chips. In the summer, we had new potatoes, all the way from Jersey and the Channel Islands. They were small, with flimsy papery skin, which you could rub off before cooking, or you could just gently boil as they were. Once cooked, a sprinkle of fine salt and a little dab of butter would make you and your taste buds smile. But in these times, when you go to a modern supermarket, there is a whole counter full of potatoes. You can choose from a myriad of types, shapes and colours. I'm still trying to work out how farmers can grow potatoes with 25% less carbohydrates. Aren't all potatoes just grown from tubers and sown into the ground? The answer, I assume, lies in technically modified or genetically modified farming, more use of AI. The scientific assistance probably helps prevent bug infestation and to make them disease-resistant. The added bonus is that you save on the carbohydrates you eat. If I were able, I would love to show my grandmother some of the astonishing things that we take for granted that her generation would never have dreamt of. I think, however, it would be too much to contemplate, as her upbringing and life would have been even simpler than mine. It is good to reminisce, to think about then and now. I encourage you to think back on the changes you have seen. The end.